Chances are that.
All right,
Good idea.
Is Jason not?
I don't know. Heard from the first item, I just discuss the meetings and feelings, there's confusion. That's still what this is all about.
Wait, did you send out an agenda? I thought there was no agenda to the agenda.
Here, right here.
Discussion item.
Okay.
Right here.
Okay.
You got one?
You probably read the attachments too, didn't you?
I have.
I printed them.
No.
Printed. First two items, we have to wait, I pulled off on, but,
And I did just ask Kaylee, she said yes, she'd send them.
okay. I'll get. Building department fees, you all received. Yes. Those, is there any questions on them? Might get answered, but next. Everybody. Pretty good. Good with the explanations.
Yes, with the explanation.
David fees.
As long as they're I'll take Darcy's word that they're comparable. You know,
Hopefully. Get it over.
well, that's the thing, that would, I mean, you have a good point. That's the point. We catch up quick or whatever.
He heard you coming, so he said, "Isn't that a good point?"
Yeah. Now I know something's up.
Let's go back to one. Are there questions about what's on here? This.
Where do we start?
Basically,
In a minute.
two items that are going to be on the agenda or potentially not. Adding any other, like, I have down here updates, land use stuff. Purpose is just to get shorter meeting as versus, you know, 2.5 hours, 3 hours on the second day of the month. The, you know, there, I have a problem somewhat with the transparency issue, but all the items will be there. And if anybody has anything they'd like to discuss.
Because my concern is the first iteration attempt, it seems like we kind of been to a lot of the discussion. And it's at 3:30, and I know at 5:30 there aren't a lot of people, but at least that's the time where people wanted to. That's because I guess that's the only sort of concern.
So we just did the building part, so just ask if anybody has questions, anything that we need to change. The whole intent is that you don't see it the second Tuesday of the month and then say, let's table this.
Okay,
Because I haven't had a chance to really go through it. But doesn't mean that we can't do that anyhow, obviously, but. The building department fees, did you have a chance to look those up?
yes, I guess I don't want to say I take it off, but I think it's one of those, I've gone through it enough and I've did some comparative analysis. And maybe I have to sit down with Darcy now is probably warranted, so I have a better understanding of where they were and where they're, you know, what they want to do. And, you know, there is a large increase, but then she's saying we're not going to do it again for 5 years. So I would just have that conversation about like, do we need it all right now, or can we do it over a course of a couple of years?
Well, I think she's saying also the fact that they basically could be higher. Some of these could be higher. Let's catch them up in 4 or 5 years.
So I did run into Jackie Irvin. So I know
Jesus.
Jackie,
Okay.
but and he was like him where they are, and we know who Jackie is.
Oh,
But
yeah.
also he did say there is room for them to be larger. So like if
Yeah.
Jackie says that, then I'm
Yeah,
like
exactly.
automatically. So I guess it's one of those, I don't want to get, I have those conversations with Darcy. If I have any concerns coming out of that, just let me know.
Yeah, if you have, if you could get the opportunity. For that Tuesday.
Yeah.
The historical report is pretty fun reading.
It is, it is.
I read it.
I did.
I did, oh,
I find
I-
it interesting.
I feel like Bev had like a different take that I
We
kind
have
of
to beat
enjoyed,
to it. Oh, yeah.
you know, about Karen's is as detailed as great too, but I just, Bev always had like little funny comments.
Yeah.
in there that he probably didn't even think were funny that I found.
Same here. And I thought it was Karen got personal, you know, well, medical. And that. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Nice guy.
Memories off today.
Yep. Okay.
Procurement policy, basically, I sent that out. Why this was updated was based on, you'll hate it when I go to courses, I always come back, but just the oral, email, or written quotes. And oral quotes are accepted, but they have to, it was suggested that follow up in an email. So you called and said your is $3,200.
Okay.
Please confirm this. And then guideline 4, you can see the highlighted areas. That's just basically some wording that was suggested by the controller's office, maybe, that was surprising to me, and that is that accepting the lowest bids don't have anything to do with money. They do, but they don't. But if you don't necessarily have to take the lowest bidder,
Right.
you just have to have justification as the one.
Yeah, the bidder turned up the value.
Right. So this
Doing that too, would we be able to set up like something where it's like give small margin preference if they were a full bidder,
that could be part of it, sure.
that you know their business was based in different, but they got if they were with X percent, a deviation we could award them.
I mean, that's open for discussion at the time. It's, I'd like.
That may be part of the value.
Right.
Yeah.
But I know at the showgrounds, they couldn't get it there. Well, I don't either. They had.
Anyone?
No.
That's just.
Electric factors that before. Don't work.
The bids that electrical and HVAC bids, they didn't fall. I mean.
I mean, yeah.
But it's like there was no, like,
But reached out to different people who have done jobs before, saying, no, we're going up there. Social media policy, that went out, I believe it. Second. But you can just peruse that. Updates, land use code, any updates?
Yeah, but I brought up the fact that maybe I never updated you guys, and so like from the public information.
you told me to read here.
So,
Well, I did.
I said the same
All I heard is
thing.
like a lot of quotes from Emily and Jackie, but I didn't really get a sense of what was going on. That's the feedback.
I just took it for, I got my answer, paper.
But what has come from that is that the Lions Code Committee met again, and we are proposing a compromise of it's a one event per week. It's 2 events per month, and that the timeframe goes to the noise ordinance timeframe of 9.
This would, so that means that's a significant change. I have to go back to another.
I have to draft the language and then I'm gonna ask Mark, but I would say 99% confidence level that Mark says that's a significant change.
Okay.
So it would have to go back to a joint public.
So that's not an agenda item for.
No.
No, who's that?
And all the other aspects were no
Yeah,
black.
and I would say that, and maybe you read the article.
Yeah, I did.
That-
I got told.
That's sad when I had to rely on the press.
I know, really.
He actually called me. So I would say that the public information session itself went over very well, like that format of having like a back and forth instead of having, we skipped that step and went right to a public hearing, so there was never like a level of engagement.
Hmm.
And so I think people really appreciated to be able to like ask questions and ask people who made the document the question.
Yes.
Because you guys didn't do the document, 7 other people did. So I think that was very helpful to, and people said they appreciated it, and they said that they weren't expecting that, but they were very happy that that's what the format was, that it was like a back and forth. And we also had such, I think I sent that document out as a summary of all the public comments, and then it was like a table, you know, like per amendment, there was a summary of the public comments.
Should we ask the reporter? Table?
I sent it to you. I sent it to you probably sometime last workshop, or we had this conversation, and I was like, I'll send it to you right now.
Yeah.
And then, but and also, because there was also a lot of comment, there was some public comment just about like the process, and so that was part of doing that public information session was addressing those comments about the process. But if I can sell it to Mark that it's not a significant change, and I really sell it to
You know,
yeah.
I just wanted to update on occupancy tax, for that is, been mentioned. Yes,
Jason, you have something?
Oh, you need to click approve. Oh, I missed all those notes about going to the press. So just to review,
Yeah, just for you again.
from now on, board members have to go to Enterprise.
It opens our information.
I'll tell you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Recently,
Thank you. I'm sorry, Rick, I'm sorry.
no, occupancy tax, I think you all knew that there's proposed changes from the county. To change the occupancy tax law. I have it in the office if anybody would like to read it. That was carried to the floor by Simpson and Steck. And then what happens is they send back the bill, and the county, the supervisors then have to do a resolution accepting the bill. So it went through committee, it was passed in committee. It went to Ways and Means, passed through there. Matt Stanley and I were the both against it. And I tried my damnedest to get some people on board with it. Not so much to change the entire bill, but there's certain portions that are just like occupancy tax in the general. Verbally, Manning and Mr. Mascarenas are saying that it's going in the general fund, but under a separate line item. But that's not in the law, and it's not in the resolution. So.
That's a choice they made.
Right, so I said, to the entire board was, well, we sit here and we accept it. You sit up there and accept it. We won't be here in 10 years. And so the interpretation of the law is key. Although the law is written to be black and white. But. So anyhow, it went to, so passed Ways and Means, and on Monday it went to the board. Fortunately or unfortunately, 2 supervisors were not there. Ticonderoga, Essex.
Well,
So Matt and I again did some verbalization of that. The vote went, we were the only 2 that voted against it. And it's a weighted vote. Well, it wasn't really close at all. Until we got home, received an email that it actually passed. Because the 2 supervisors that were not in attendance as considered no vote.
Oh.
So there are enough weighted votes that it passed. Or it didn't pass by 3 votes, so
but I'm confused.
I got you.
it did not pass.
Also, that's a good thing,
Well, it's
in theory,
in theory,
because it's gonna be revisited.
right. So that I talked to Manning this afternoon, what's next? Basically, of the 4 supervisors that voted against it, there are only 2 of us that actually voted. But one of the 4 has to raise opposition to the resolution.
And you're doing
No. No, but. Brian from time. He'll,
Because he'll say, like, you
He'll
need to
say-
revote, because I wasn't a no.
I'm not. no,
So it'd be someone who's gonna vote yes,
Right.
president,
Yeah, thanks.
to bring it back
Yeah.
up.
So it'll be, in committee, it'll be brought back, voted, it'll skip ways and means and. To the main.
Why do you think it went with all the new supervisors? So many just said, are they so overwhelmed? They're just saying, they're just stamping.
I spent quite a bit of time with Brian in Albany. He was at the same conference and he knew absolutely about
I mean,
CPDF.
so that disturbs me to say just rubber stamp it.
Right, I think it's, I. Recorded, but I think there was some back. Politicking.
Yeah.
You know, that.
Right, the right or the wrong person got it.
But it's. In theory, you can't blame them because it's a smaller town, independent, yes.
No.
Not necessarily.
The county,
Yeah. County, their theory is that they want Roos to be held accountable, hasn't been held accountable. Valid. But should the extra, so they only raise Roos budget by 2% and there's like 6% increase. Where's that 4% going?
so there's been no accountability of like occupancy tax, like gone exponentially higher, Bruce just allowed to go that much.
Yeah. And that was sort of. I had drawn an analogy between that and money that the town was giving to.
Mhm.
Now it just exponentially went up. Now it's like out of sight, so it's hold that here. So we'll see where this goes. Got a meeting on Friday with a couple of people that like to try to push this, but I'm exhausted. So I'm finding that, I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. They wanna push it forward and Ruth wants the county pass this, they wanna.
Yeah,
Push it forward as a sort of, maybe.
Wanna go the other
Mother-
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
That's,
And they don't, no.
no, I didn't think so.
So, but North Elba has always been known as I guess the bully in the room. Elizabeth down, and then you had that somebody new was down there. And I'm taking hammering. Trying to calm me down. And they're used to Mr. Doty had a shorter fuse tonight.
Yeah.
And then waiting for me to unload at any time. So anyhow, comprehensive plan, any update there?
The village is suggesting some tweaks and changes to it. And, we're in the discussion phase of the core committee of the
Sounds like there's a majority that's thinking in the same direction.
that it's not needed.
Hmm.
Yeah.
There are some.
I let,
Grammar,
yeah, I let Jackie, we'll see what the next step is. But yes, there are some very basic grammatical and spelling mistakes that need to be cleaned up.
So is this the one that was a little delayed because of they needed additional funds? Am I getting them mixed up?
that's eager.
Yeah, I see, then they were like,
Well, it was more delayed because it got stuck with Department, it wasn't delayed because of funding, it was delayed because it got stuck in Department of State review for
Okay.
months.
okay. We had but there was a little bit of overrun, we gave them some additional funds.
Yeah,
But it's,
1,500.
but it's in the state and now we're just waiting for that process.
No, so everything's been approved, so this is the confusing part.
Right.
We acted upon seeker, we said
Yes.
it was a,
Yeah.
whatever that right thing is, negative declaration.
Hmm.
no adverse environmental impact. And we had a public hearing on it with the village. No one had a comment, except for Dean talked a little bit about like what the process, people kind of commented about the process that were on the committee. I think Stephanie Pianka commented on there.
Positive, yeah.
Yeah. And then Kate, there is the village board has some reservations about a few things they would like to change.
Now,
Yeah,
as opposed to,
June,
Yeah.
yeah.
okay.
Some people read slower than others.
That's a good report.
Yeah, 6 months ago.
Okay. I've been working with Glenn. Try to straighten up some property things, the cauldron. Did I tell you I met with the museum folks?
No.
Met with the museum folks and they are definitely interested in the cauldron. They are not interested at this time in moving it.
Oh, good.
That doesn't mean that they won't recommend that in the future. But I suggested the obvious, and that is you better talk to an engineer because you don't want to put, $40,000 into restoring a torch, that it falls apart when you move it. So, or if you move it. So they're very interested. So then started the process of how do we gift, so to speak, the cauldron to the museum while maintaining the land. And that's, as Glenn said, that's just like the Thrive and Thrift. It's a similar deal. So he's drawing something up with that.
I just as one aside on the cauldron, I don't know why, but in the last month, more people have talked about the cauldron.
The Olympic. Yeah.
Well, the people that are, it's not necessarily.
Yeah. This starts Saturday.
No, I think the Olympics, no, whatever. NBC.
It's a
No,
coincidence, we'll just.
No, but no. But the, more people have, and the point is, the major point is, and it's out there too, that they want to move it. Somebody wants to. And everybody, to a person I've talked to, leave it right where it is.
Yeah, I'm said that because I know that there's been conversations, but we haven't, or hasn't communicated to the whole. Is there any sort of historical issues that we run into? It's legal from a historical perspective?
Of what? Or
Yeah.
not moving it?
And then, but maybe more of a public opinion. I understand that.
Yeah,
like,
public opinion.
Yeah, that's why I think museum folks are the best ones.
And
Think of it.
oh,
So that.
Now, somebody made a comment, you can answer this. Is where it is now, is that where it was originally exactly? Okay, somebody made a comment, somebody like yourself, a native, said that it was moved slightly. Okay,
like 5 feet?
slightly.
I don't think that
No, I don't think.
foundation
No,
moving anywhere.
well, not now anyway, but no,
I'm surprised it's still up.
yeah, exactly. No, I mean, remember when Matt got it going years ago?
Yeah, if you look at ceremony,
Yeah,
it's let's see.
Okay, because I always thought it was too, and I just, that, oh no, they moved it slightly. I'm not sure they did slightly, but they did move it. I'm going.
So in the process of looking at cauldron back some time ago, not moving, excuse me, deeding the cauldron to the Olympic Museum, we looked at the athletic field. And it was
Property line.
rather interesting for the property lines where there's a cutout that runs it would be the western part of the track. So it'd be two shorter turns towards Route 73, cuts right across there and some squiggly stuff, but anyhow, that was deemed that school. And town owned the rest. All those baseball, the softball field, and whereas with Lori's help, I went through a lot of the contracts and all of that was supposed to be deeded to the school.
I was supposed to it anyway.
because of the trade of the oval.
Part of the deal.
Right. Well, it never happened.
Oh.
So I went and visited Dan and Bob Marvin, which is always an adventure. You learn so much.
Yeah.
I actually found out that they own nothing. We own it all. Even that,
So even the cutout.
even the cutout. So Glenn's working on a process how we can, get that to, not give it to the school, but do a 99-year lease.
Which gives them the liability.
Correct.
Yes.
That's what, being athletic fields, that's what worries me the most.
Yeah.
And then the last one, probably the most controversial, is the rings. Did you all see pictures of it?
I've seen pictures of it before, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the location, like that's. Well, it was.
I was in dispute as to where it was, so I,
Yeah, I think when,
Isn't it basically where Hunkin South was?
exactly.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, but.
For younger people, what was that?
He doesn't think any of it, maybe it was that, we were talking about
That's
this,
what I thought.
that none of it is owned by the town?
No, this is very clearly, that's where Hunkins' house was. And Lucy's deeded it over to the town when the conference center was being built.
Cause we needed more land.
Right.
Okay.
I would like to deed it back to the Lucys.
Until,
I love the concept, the placement. I can't say I'm 100% sold on.
Right, and, Glenn didn't even see it, and he said, do you wanna take that liability on it? It's sort of just there, and ever since he said that, I can see kids with their skateboards. But I did send Naj, a note. Where is it here?
well, I think there's a way to support him without giving him or allowing him allowing for it to be on town land.
Right, town questions. He would like it to be a gift to the town, this project.
Okay.
And to create an endowment, which could be held by the Adirondack Community Foundation and will cover maintenance. Another option is to involve Ordo, which I believe they've already said hands off.
Yeah.
But it would be worth another shot. The town could have it covered by their insurance. We could. I suggested that he get an endorsement by the village. Because this is village road, that's village property.
So Lucy's and put it on Lucy for us. Right?
That would be cool. I think that
Right
would be
there,
amazing
the
on Main Street. Park.
Family.
Well, look at what how well the Fishu games torch went over in the park.
So he's suggesting establishing a small ad hoc group. Representative from town, village, foundation, or a Olympic Museum and Arts Council.
Once you guys take the culture down, you can always put it.
Oh, yeah.
He foresees a lot of individuals wanting to get married under the rings. Which.
Yeah.
I can see
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And the park district could actually charge a fee for those. I looked at it and it's like. We got to weed whack it, we have to mow it. Which. So,
What if it went into an existing park? Like, I know you just said number one, but was there another park that makes sense to go?
We're all done by the toboggan area.
Yeah, I think the whole point of Natch wants it. Well,
So people see it as visual.
because not only can you go up down Olympic Drive seeing it,
Yeah.
but you can stand on Main Street, whatever,
Yeah.
boom, there it is.
Yeah, that's true. Alright.
so we won't discuss it, we can discuss it again next Tuesday, but put that in your. Gray matter
Big room.
and.
Remove something else, like I said, this one.
I just can't come up, I mean, I agree with the project, I just can't come up with a better place.
That we all, that the town supervises.
I mean, I think it's, personally, I think it's a great location. all the other stuff behind it, you know, it's a
Yeah.
different story, but. I think that's a great place for it because is it still, is there still that? Is there still the stone wall in front of it? Or they got rid of that? That was there for a while. But they, I think they found.
What about where the fountain, you know, in the parking lot, there's a fountain that's like kind of defunct.
It works.
State Smith's.
Oh, is it?
Well, State Smith's little thing.
It doesn't?
That actually was the
I
original
would prefer that. I love fountain, but
water feed for the horses. It was down by in Newman, which is down
Yeah,
where
it was.
Place of Jesus. It's at the bottom of the hill, so the horses could water up before they came up the hill.
Oh, okay.
Learned that one, didn't they?
that's
I didn't
even,
know
that's
that.
even earlier than the house that was there. prior.
Much earlier, it was Newman. Yeah.
Anything else on the rings? A draft resolution, I think we'll hold off on.
Yeah.
Look it over and see what you think, but it's actually, you know, I don't mind supporting the project, but the land is a concern, so.
Yeah, I think the resolution could work if you took out reference to where it's going.
Correct. I'll do that, and I'll send it back out, and if anybody has any objections, please let me know.
It would be nice, it'd be a courtesy if we could provide a couple of different options if we are indifferent to the site.
You meant that.
Yeah, always. Hey, we're gonna send it.
Dog and a bone.
What about by in front of the horse show grounds in the triangle?
Remember, I said I don't want people stopping there.
I know, but that would be so nice when you drive into town, you get a nice big monument, you look down right away.
We don't own the train.
I was going to say, you have to visit,
There's-
you have to visit the Marvins again, because there's a discrepancy.
Yeah, and there's also
Right.
discrepancy about who owns that.
Right,
But I just feel like that's a little bit of a dangerous spot to.
Yeah,
people
that's the thing.
stopping. But maybe people don't stop. I don't know. Maybe it's just something that you look at.
Drive by.
Yeah.
Plus, they want to redo that area anyway.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, the state wants to redo that one. There.
right, put it around about.
Yep,
Roundabout.
we're gonna do.
And Ordo was 100% not in favor of putting it somewhere around.
Not,
Not
it
much
just
space.
doesn't gel with what they're planning, I guess, and it is large.
I like the concept. I think it's fantastic when it's just, yeah.
So let's move forward with the concept if everybody's okay with it. And then we'll work on a site. Let's see, performance evaluations, I believe those were in the supporting documents. Yes. The whole point is to have those done.
Has any department head done this?
Cambridge Landon did them.
Okay.
But they use their own form and they keep them all, so the whole idea will be to get them up here in the HR files. You know, Ken asked me about, and was he gonna be evaluated, and you're elected, so.
Yeah,
The people will remember, right?
yeah, that's right.
Right.
He doesn't answer to us.
Yeah. Let's see, Iron Man, just brief, Greg sent out he needed preliminary approval for the DOT. He's keeping the course exactly the same this year as last year. Just to update you on that.
Is there a contract? We're not contracted through this one.
Yes, we are.
We are. So do they want to have the discussion now or starting like maybe in the fall?
Is this the last one of it? It was a.
I can't get a straight answer.
No, you asked me to look into this and I did, and now I don't remember the answer.
Because
But I
I
don't think
can't
it was
get,
what you thought.
So
no, I don't think it is.
Here.
I thought we were good until next year, but
2027.
yeah, people are saying we're not.
We didn't have a contract for the one that.
The one we actually did, when was that? Was that 25 or 24?
24.
So 24, we're done.
Well, no, because it started at 25.
No, I think it started in 24.
No, we even did it, but I think the contract covered the one.
Covered the one,
Three.
so it's 24, 25, 26. So,
Start
and that's
negotiations
because
now.
that's the thing, because about 6 months ago, I approached, I said something to Derek and I said something to MJ. And they both were in no hurry. Emily, go ahead.
What's up with the Ironman contract? This is my communication with Dan. Runs through 27.
It does.
Good.
So
I'm
it
really
must
glad
have,
that was in writing.
so it must have been a 24, because it was for 3 years, so it must have been cover the 24,
Well, you
And
said
then
go
three.
through 27, I mean, it
27.
covers 27,
cover 27.
so it must have been 25, 26. and
Well, I think it was, I think we covered 24, but then it was then a 3,
Oh, okay, okay,
because I know there's a 3 in there.
all right.
Okay, so that's fine, but I still think we, the sooner we start, the better.
Well, the conversations to start this summer. Then there was
Yeah.
some checks.
Okay,
So now
It's amazing. I work the bargain shoot on Sunday and it's amazing the number of people that, I swam here in July. It's like, I don't give a shit. But it's amazing how many people.
no, that's why I remember working the very first one. And people said, I've said this before, none of them brought their families. They came in group of guys or gals, and they were telling us the whole time, man, I gotta bring my family back here.
I played music for Parks and Limited, worked $100 that first Ironman, was it 98?
99.
That was a long week.
You color your hair and stuff. Let's see, proposed agreement with Dry Lake Humane Society, I received this from Leah Fedor. Who's the president of this? This came about because of the new regulations on holding facilities for dogs. Even though we have a fairly modern holding facility, it does not meet the criteria of the New York State. It needs to have running water, it needs to have drains, it needs to have a sink, separate isolation area. It was so restrictive that the county actually built 2 of them for counties in the southern area. We can afford our own apparently.
I guess so.
So they had their inspection, not too long ago. And the lady was rather lenient with them for what the email said, and is allowing a 48-hour hold within our facility. But that means we have to have some place to go beyond 48 hours. The only real option is going with the Humane Society.
I don't see that. It's in this attached doc. Do you?
Yeah, it's in there.
Well, Jack doesn't see it either.
I saw it. Like, so the county built,
Or no,
you know, put,
Well, if we want to drive to Lewis,
Transport, yeah. What was the cost per, is it an overnight cost
for,
for the trial experience?
no, it's just a,
They want a flat fee.
right, $7,500.
Just to be, okay, like maybe we'll never use them.
Yeah.
I'll take the dog at my house and we'll save $7,500.
how many dogs are we talking about?
None.
Well, that's what I was handling this.
I mean, I think you have to, we're required to say somewhere where we would take
Right.
the dogs.
So it's,
Other than families.
yeah, it's,
Is this an appropriate place? No pun drawn, Emily Pleading's house.
yes, she has running water. She has indoor
Her
plumbing.
two children can attest to everything. And are fed regularly.
Well, the way that I look at the contract, we give the Humane Society $4,000.
Not anymore though. Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Every year. We used to have a contract with them. I'm not sure how much it was.
Yeah, we did. It was
did.
expensive. That's why we built our own.
Right.
That's right.
So. There's a discrepancy between the two, Amber Lee and Chris. Chris said between probably 10 and 15 dogs a year.
Go over 48.
Right. But he put an asterisk in there and said,
It's the same dog.
Well, there's one guy who, when he's going on vacation, his dog gets loose.
Oh, bummer.
And I'll pick it up when I get back.
He saved money.
Can you pick it up from Woods?
Yeah.
We could say that.
So
Yeah.
Chris seems to think that it'll be much lower than that, once they know that there's a pretty Humane Society charges.
Charges, in addition to the 7,500, they charge an overnight.
Right, overnight fee plus. But plus that fee, yeah, plus having to drive all the way over there. But, so think about that, we'll discuss it more on next Tuesday. Oh, what's,
Would the county let us use the ones in the summer?
Oh, sure.
We would have to pay Amberly or Chris to drive them there.
correct,
That's gotta be cheaper than $7,500.
Lewis is that far.
yeah, let me check and see. If that is in fact true. Dogs. Bark Park. You have that letter in your, yep. Do you think we need some formal? I put that in my notes. Some sort of formal recognition of the relationship.
I think so, because they're actually like fundraising and saying
Yeah.
like this park is going on our, like, I think we need to
Yeah.
formalize what's happening here.
Yeah, they're all very near 30 grand.
Yeah,
Are we looking? Are we looking for a time, like, if we formalize this, are we getting into an agreement, like, is it a yearly, are we gonna do 5 years?
I don't think it necessarily has
Yeah.
a time frame. It's just about like the partnership that they are fundraising to help facilitate the building of a dog park on.
On land,
right.
Well, yeah, well, if they are doing pretty, I guess it's like, okay, 4 years from now, they fundraised. Is our responsibility to maintain?
Yeah,
Yes.
So I think that's probably part of
Yeah.
what's spelled out. Like, I think they're just gonna give us the money and then with some input on what the design is. And I mean, Verdery's very good at being like diligent workers. Seem like they don't just like half-ass do something.
Yeah.
So I think they're gonna come up with, they're gonna do a lot of work for free, like in terms of like helping with the design and the fundraising.
Sure.
So
So,
no maintenance.
so what would that sort of, you said formalize it, what would that document include?
I think it's just acknowledging like in a public setting that we have this relationship with them, because it's kind of like, I don't know if you, like, I've seen like things that it's like they're like fundraising. I'm like, did we agree, like anyone say yes to this? You know, like they did like some sort of walk around the lake and it was like fundraising for a dog park at the North Elba Athletic Fields. And I was like, whoa, that's like a bold statement to make, considering there's no agreement that said that we said that they can put a dog park there.
But I thought, from my understanding, I thought we did agree from a board's perspective, or at least there was an agreement.
I don't think anyone's against it. I don't
No.
think it should be in
Right.
a document that's signed by Chandler and by Rick.
Or you're saying for the agreement, whether it was like a subtle agreement, the amount of energy they're putting into it seemed to kind of supersede that sort of,
Yeah.
okay.
Because they plan, and I'll get you the specifics, I thought it was in here. But what the town will provide.
It's in there.
Is it?
Yeah,
Well, it
it's
might
the,
be good too to have like
the third paragraph, something like that.
An MOU
or something, what happens if in 10 years we want to get rid of the park? Or making sure there's some
language.
language where it's okay for us to back out.
Plus, did we wholeheartedly agree on the wood chips?
I was only, I would say, part of a conversation where there's no agreement, it was just more updated, so like any sort of wood chip conversation is news to me, so like, but then I'm not on that.
I don't understand the wood chip
I-
concept.
I don't
At
understand,
all.
I don't even know what the concept is, I just know there's a park.
When I had a meeting with Chandler and Harris and Sue, and that was it.
Okay.
Just to go over, you know, are we moving forward and that type of thing. And I said, our Ken is sort of against wood chips because, you know, they're hard. When you pick up poop, you pick up wood chip.
Or they get mixed in?
Yeah.
So, but Harris said he would really like us to go over to Saranac Lakes Dog Park. who has wood chips. So
Where is it?
I have no idea.
It's, you know, where, the civic center is and then the baseball
In the
fields are
back.
to the left.
There's a really interesting stuff out there. There's a dog park in there.
And a bike park,
Oh, it's,
pump track.
is it where the bike park?
Yeah.
Where the bump track is? Okay.
So rather than, Ken said, why not just leave it dirt? And Chandler, being a dog person, said that dogs generally will not dig at wood chips like they will the ground.
Well, I semi agree with not dirt. But I just can't, I think there's disadvantages to dirt and there's disadvantages to wood chips.
Right.
I mean, how are you gonna, I don't know, I just can't, it's a loose surface for one thing, and things are gonna get mixed in that shouldn't get mixed in.
So
I don't know,
we're in charge of that, the town is,
I know,
so.
but then, well, that's the thing, they're saying in their letter right here that we have agreed to provide the wood chips.
Well, if we use wood chips.
That's what I mean.
Correct. Okay.
I mean, the other part, and we also have to run water to that side of the parking lot too, right?
Supply water. If it's on the other side, they can carry it over.
Oh, okay, that's my next question, because you're gonna have to, the parking lot's no big deal to dig up, but
It's just
we have
one
to
more
do
thing
that.
to do.
Okay. Well, the thing, one of the playing devil's advocate in that is, okay, you've got events are going on across fields.
Mhm.
And people are going down to use the dog park. Okay, so that's difficult itself, but so they park. Now they want to get water and they gotta go through all that to get to water.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the water is all about.
That was my big, that wood chips and the water were my big questions.
It can't be bring your own water. For your dogs.
Can be, but it says in there, we will provide it. That's why we need some type of agreement.
Yeah, and the other thing about the agreement too is that it should talk about how, like, if there's other opportunities for the town of North, like oh my God, Mike, what's the M word? Michelin.
Okay.
Like, so Michelin, if they continue to operate up there, that dog park is gonna be closed down from
Mhm.
December, January,
Right.
February, March, because Michelin has an agreement there. So it has to have some reflective nature of
So
that.
there's a lot that needs to go
Yeah.
into this agreement.
Check,
Yeah.
Was that?
you're gonna do
Yeah, thank you. Next page.
it?
Oh, so I'm not part of any of the agreement, but I'm doing the legwork. I don't know.
That's right, that's right.
Well,
Well,
let me take a
help you.
stab at it.
Yeah, any questions, call us, okay?
And then the other thing
So
would
anything
be
else?
some sort of time frame because we wouldn't want, like, just say like, once this park is built and turned over to the town, Rotary extinguishes their right to reclaim. You know, like, the Rotary can't come back in 5 years and because we said we need to expand the field, sorry, the dog park's gone. And say, well, where's our 30 grand? Something about that, which is like why you can't turn these stupid tennis courts into pickleball courts.
Right.
So.
Pickleball.
Tennis for what?
You're just racist. You know, put a picture up on the dartboard.
It's not on here, but just briefly, where are we with, what we're used to with language for Camp Placid?
So we had a conversation about, what?
Yes, but Jack has an
Oh,
update too.
sorry. I thought you were looking at me. Oh, you said you two, so I guess.
I knew these two were
Oh,
together.
Oh, you didn't want my opinion? All right, fine.
This is about the communication.
I was gonna say something, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, when I talked about it, we're gonna draft some language about not hire anybody and just draft it.
Could we-
Draft it.
Yeah, we did have a conversation with Dan Cash and he said it's out of his wheelhouse.
Yeah. Became his wheelhouse, so. You're gonna see the dissertation I got from him.
Oh, about charging for Camp Plaza. I'm glad he took that conversation and went to you.
Yeah, because the other night, listening to you two talk, it's like, why not do it in-house?
Just because it's like, it's so different when you have a professional do something. They like think of things that they didn't even think of. But Jack is a
That's
professional.
what I mean.
So.
But you're probably using 2,000.
Do you have-
We just
do you
use
have it
that
on the
towards the money
No,
that we
yeah,
were
okay.
kind of. Budget.
But we've covered all the points that need to be made. I let Adrian know that it was forthcoming, but, Rick thinks you need a timeline.
So could next Tuesday work?
It can for you, Rick.
Are we confirming that we're already on this? Because we had talked about, there's a whole.
All stands true from the conversation that we had about still charging $100 per student per week. With this caveat that don't let price be be a reason not to go, and it's gonna be so the chart will be the 80% of AMI for the county.
But I think that was I feel like I'm having a conversation with my wife. She informs me, but then I'm confused that like when she informs me, the decision is already made, where I thought this was just a conversation starter. So I thought that maybe we were still gonna have a more ongoing conversation about what the percentage of AMI or the poverty thing was going to
Oh,
be.
yes, sorry, I did skip a step. We both looked at 200% of the federal poverty line and 80% of area median income for the county, and the 80% is higher. So we wanted to go with the number that was higher to catch more families.
Even though that number might be higher, but is that high enough?
Well, I
That's the
think
question.
you'd be hard pressed to like offer financial assistance to someone who's at area median income.
Why?
Because they're like at area median income.
And
So
that
then we
means-
would be admitting we're charging too much. Like if the average family can't afford it, why are we charging that much?
My thought, exactly.
So that's why it has to be like 80% of area median income, which is considered low income, which is also a better term than federal poverty level.
Yeah,
Yes,
But
I,
just to be straight, after meeting with Tim and Brendan.
We're going to keep it simple. They don't have to prove it.
Yes.
There's a checkbox, and when they check the box,
They've just committed to the fact that they meet those guidelines. And Tim and Brendan were both very comfortable with that.
what is AMI?
I have it in my.
and I did speak to Tim Bolus,
Oh, yes, because we still don't have the, yeah.
and basically that's one of his campaign issues, was getting the
Wilmington back.
Wilmington back. But they are charging. And
How much is Wilmington
he didn't
charging?
say how much. But he still would like to keep it open, that it's available to individuals who work in Lake Placid and reside in the school district, Lake Placid School District.
Wait, say that part again? The last one.
You'd like to leave it open that we will accept, under the conditions, of course, individuals who work in Lake Placid and reside in the Lake Placid Central School District of Wilmington.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they're working, because that's one of the qualifiers.
Right.
so for a 4-person household, and we help me clarify, that's like, let's say, mother, father, and 2 children.
Or a single parent, 3 children,
$73,000.
That's what it is, okay.
73,520.
It does,
What's that?
it does seem low.
That's very low, especially knowing the base of people that we have at the school.
I just think that if you're gonna say like, I'm below the area median income, it doesn't look great to be offering a subsidy to people who are at average.
Yeah, well, I can imagine if you live in Lewis or anywhere else where it's less expensive to live, I can see that.
You know what,
Remember, it's an average and not a median.
No, it's a median.
Are those the average?
It's a median.
So
Median, oh,
you're
average, okay.
talking about $7,350?
$73,000
That's
for a family of 4.
Yeah, okay, yeah, right.
The other option would be like American Community Survey, because you could go more granular with the American Community Survey, but that's like not a data point that anyone uses. We'd be literally making it up.
Okay. And you would be.
We do that well.
Like, have you been on the town board at all?
Yeah.
I think that's what we do the majority of the time.
It's called winging it.
What's that?
It's called winging it.
All right, where would you like to leave this?
I would like to revisit the numbers and I'll present some new numbers to the board. And then-
So I'll put that on the agenda.
Sure.
It might be good to look at like what you qualify for under like the Excelsior Scholarship or like other education-based programs.
As long as everything's dumbed down. To a reasonable picture.
I would bet that's even older. Even. Like 80% is
It's
like
not.
9 to
I threw that, I know what it is, it's 120
for it to qualify for Excelsior.
for pre-college, yeah.
Oh, that, and then you have to like to be able to,
You get SUNY school for free.
SUNY school.
with the condition though that you work, it's not like it's just like a free school. What?
Yeah, they probably do tuition.
What is that? Yeah, but then you have to go.
So the,
Under
the
125.
Yeah, but students, but then you have
Well,
to
they
work in New York State for a set period of time after.
No, no,
no.
It's like not, it's like.
No.
All right, well, please do your discussions and then we can talk about it. I don't have anything. Anybody else have any agenda items? Mike on here?
do we want to look at the bike park contract? Seeing we have.
Yeah.
We have two bids,
Oh, there, I didn't know another one came in.
yeah, but.
Are we rebidding? I thought the one bid we came in, or is that the engineer that did the like artificial surface, but that changed to the natural surface?
Well, then.
So it went out again for natural surface.
Okay.
Well, the only one natural is Max,
Okay.
the other one is not,
So we have to vote on that to accept it?
I assume so, yeah.
Yeah, so that is.
Have you communicated, can we get the bids?
Nobody have any-
We didn't get them, oh, I got them. You
Did I call the press?
I don't think.
So you can call the enterprise?
Did I really get it?
I think you did, I think you and I got it,
Do I want to call the press?
So then I get the.
wait a couple days.
No, no, right.
So you share that with Lori? She's older.
I just want a consistent point person, I'll call, what's his name, Chris?
Christine.
Yeah.
There we go.
I know,
Yeah.
I know. Don't look at me.
I've never seen the bids.
Don't yell at me, okay? At least right now.
Okay, I've got executive session
I could
to
really.
go over a few things.
So moved.
Thank you. Anybody opposed? So we'll,
Second, nobody's opposed, second, right order.
4:27. And you have that, Lori?
Yeah.
And then I'll get you the out.
It's seven, yeah.
Did Haley tell you?
Yeah, she did. Oh, was I the only one who got that one?
I
I
don't
think she's.
I can leave it to the press first.
As long as we're consistent, I don't know, it may not be the most efficient, but at least we know where it is.
You know,
No, we're all on that one.
I did get renewed my subscription with the enterprise, so I'm good.
Hey, listen, whatever, I imagine they're gonna mock us for more.
Would you pick on the color?
Oh, yeah, I'll take paper.
Did you?
Are we, I was like, I have a story about it, I wanted to make sure we were.